Hey everybody, welcome back to the Twilight Zone. Last time we had the library, the world's largest library, with a book for every person. And this person got access to it, and she learned that she could alter the fate and destiny of anybody in the entire world, including herself. And what did she do with this information? Well, she used it to solve all that small, tiny little inconveniences in her life to make her life slightly tiny bit better. And as a result, all sorts of crazy stuff happened. Unintended consequences. Karma. Hitting back hard. And in the end, well, who knows what happened in the end. You do if you watched it. This time, we've got Shadowplay. Shadowplay is an exact title match to an episode in the 1950s Twilight Zone, which I remember quite well. I assume it's going to be a remake, a retelling, just based on the title. It doesn't seem... It would be very coincidental to have two separate titles, Shadowplay, be referred to two completely different episodes. But hey, I could be wrong. I'm looking forward to finding out. Let's go into it. If it's a shot-for-shot remake, I'll know within seconds. After the intro. Oh, it's the same. It's exactly the same. Have you reached a verdict? Yeah, we have, Your Honor.
Have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
Guilty.
We find the defendant, Adam Grant, guilty of murder in the first degree.
Yeah.
The defendant will rise.
No problem, dude.
You have been tried by a jury of your peers. Do you have anything you wish to say before sentence is passed? Very well. That for the brutal and despicable crime of murder in the first degree...
Murder? Shit.
You shall hang by the neck until dead.
He seems unconcerned about the hanging. Or he's going crazy. He's losing his mind.
No, I'm not going through this again. Because you're not real. None of this is real.
I can assure you, Mr. Grant, this is very real.
All of this and all of you are a dream from inside here. Don't you understand that I invented you?
I just realized I can't react to the episode without... Like, I can't not... I've seen the episode. You've seen the episode. Everybody's seen the episode. The original episode. This is just... It's just identical to that episode. So, I can't play along like I don't know what's happening. You know? So I'm locked. I kind of have reaction paralysis right now. Because I don't know how to continue. What did I do with, No, you see, Dead Woman's Shoes was a completely different episode. Well, wasn't there didn't we repeat Night of the Meek? We repeated Night of the Meek. But there was no mystery element to Night of the Meek. But there's a big mystery element here, you see. You know, what's he talking about? What's he doing? Why is he acting so weird? Did he really murder somebody? Why does he think it's all a dream? You know? Which we know the answers to. Go back and watch the original one. And then come back here. And then we'll continue. Because I can't stop myself from saying things about the episode anymore. I can't do it. Anyway, there better be a harmonica. I remember a harmonica. There better be a harmonica.
And that without me you'd cease to exist?
Adam Grant, a nondescript man found guilty.
I can describe him.
Sentenced to be hanged by the neck until...
Did he? What was that? I feel like I made that joke before.
Dead. But it isn't prison that scares him. It's something else that holds Adam Grant in the hot, sweaty grip of fear. Something worse than any punishment this world has to offer. Something found only in the Twilight Zone.
Oh no. Is it in this? Is it in this cell? I knew there'd be a harmonica. That's all I wanted. This is much dingier than the 50s. I don't like it as much. It's got that classic 80s Twilight Zone brown to it, doesn't it?
Where you going?
You in a hurry?
Which one's mine? It's not always the same.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hey, don't intimidate him, dude. Just show him his cell.
Get it.
Get in there. No back talk, mister. You're on death row now.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy watching you hang.
How do people like that get their jobs? I guess you gotta love your work, you know? You gotta love your work.
You still think this is a dream, Grant? Huh? We're just figments of your imagination?
That's right.
I don't know what you are.
That's right.
I think I got you out of a bad movie I saw once, Flask.
Listen to him. He's scared. None of us want to die.
Jimmy, sometimes I wish I almost could die if that would be the only way this would end.
That rope down there, once it's around your neck, it does the job.
No. It doesn't do the job.
Sound like you've been through it all already.
I have been through it over and over again.
Over and over.
You want to know what it's like, Jimmy?
He's crazy.
You walk down a long hall, and it's dirty, and it's dimly lit.
Yeah, especially
You come to a door,
in the 80s.
and a guard opens it for you. It leads to the stairs. You climb the stairs. They're old and wood. And there's another door up at the top there. Another guard opens it. He knows you're coming. You step out onto the hanging balcony.
Ugh.
The warden's there, and he asks if you got any last words, and the hangman ties your hands behind your back, and he slips his hood over your head.
Listen to him, Flask. Listen to him.
And finally, he puts the noose around your neck. And then the hangman nods at the warden. He flicks a switch, and there's 3 guards there, standing before 3 buttons.
Hey, fellas. How does he know about them?
They all push him at the same time. One of those buttons releases the trap.
Oh, that's interesting. One of the buttons releases the trap. They don't know which one. So they can sleep at night. They're like, well, maybe I didn't kill him. Maybe it was one of the other 2. That's interesting.
The floor falls out from under you, and you
Don't feel like playing your harmonica, do you? Hey, what you think about that whole this is all just in his head stuff? All just a dream. What you think about all that, dude? Where's the steaks? I want steaks.
Oh, thanks for making me one.
Hmm?
Roast will be ready in about half an hour.
Roast,
Good.
okay. Okay.
Why don't you put on some Johnny Mathis or Al Jarreau?
Yeah, classics.
Hey, what's wrong?
I just can't stop thinking about Adam Grant.
Oh, that's right. It's happening tonight,
He
isn't
said
it?
crazy stuff.
I've never seen anything like it.
You're letting him get to you and you shouldn't. You're not the one who sentenced him. We'll have a nice, quiet dinner. Just the 2 of us. What do you say?
All right.
Just the 2 of us. We can make it if we... Hey, somebody's here. I thought it was just the 2 of us. We got an unexpected guest. Is it from a person from the courtroom? Yep.
I could use one of those.
Of course. And my mind's made up on the subject of Adam Grant.
I think you're feeling what I'm feeling.
What's that?
Existential dread.
Fear. Fear that Adam Grant might be telling the truth.
In my opinion, all this dream stuff is his own last-ditch effort to try to save himself.
You can use all the logic you want on me, Mark. That's all I've been doing the last few days, trying to rationalize. Who is it, Mark?
We got a guest.
Sorry to bother you.
It's my
Mr.
mistress.
You know what else? I can't get over the feeling that I'm being watched somehow.
Oh, watched.
Even when I'm home alone with the drapes drawn and the lights low, I keep feeling I'm being watched.
Sounds like paranoia to me.
Yeah.
At 1 minute after midnight, Adam Grant is going to hang, and when he does, so will the rest of us.
Adam Grant is a horrible person. And then he got caught, like he should have gotten caught a long time ago.
You
She
almost sound
hates
like
him.
this is personal for you, Mrs. Ritchie.
I just happen to believe in capital punishment. At least in this case.
Come on, Mr. Ritchie.
We're all gonna die.
Haven't you ever thought to yourself, all this can't be real? I can't be the district attorney. I can't have a beautiful wife and a beautiful home and live in such a fine neighborhood. All of this is like a dream.
Everyone has. If you're successful,
Hmm.
it's easy to think it's all a dream
That makes sense.
sometimes.
Yep.
Let me ask you something. This was a murder trial. Why were there no spectators in the courtroom today?
Oh yeah.
The judge ordered the courtroom clear.
I don't remember that, do you?
I don't remember that either.
Let me ask you something else. Where was the press? When you left the courtroom after the trial, were there any reporters waiting outside for you?
I mean, I
Were there?
I don't even remember getting home, really.
What is she talking about?
He's having a crisis.
What time is it, Jimmy?
5 after 9.
Yep.
You got a date?
No. The district attorney usually comes around 9.
Here we go. He's psychic, this guy.
Open it. Let me in.
Oh, this guard hates him though.
Sure you want to? 10 minutes, that's all you have.
You don't seem surprised to see me.
I'm not. You always come at 9. At least the district attorney always comes at 9. It's not always you. Whatever you do too late.
What do you mean, too late?
Well, you'll call the governor. You'll always call the governor, but it'll always be too late. You're a character in a dream I'm having.
What you're saying doesn't make any sense.
Dreams don't have to make sense. When was I sentenced? What day?
Yeah, do you remember that?
Not too long ago.
But what day? What day is today?
It's Sunday, of course.
Well, I got sentenced earlier today, didn't I?
Yeah.
Well, what court does business on a Sunday, Mr. Ritchie?
Kangaroo court.
Maybe you really think you got sentenced today. I don't know.
Let him cop an insanity plea.
Because this is not insanity. You were proven to be mentally sound. If this is just a dream, why don't you wake yourself up, huh? Go ahead. Wake yourself up.
Don't you think I've tried? I've pinched myself. I've poured cold water on my face. I lit a match. I burned my palm. It just doesn't work. Nothing works. I can't get off the track. It just keeps going on and on and on.
Nonsense.
Is it? What about your wife?
What about my wife?
Her name's Carol, isn't it?
How do you know who she is?
In real life, she's my sister.
Ooh.
She wants to see me hang, right? But do you know why? Because she hates me.
She does hate him.
Even as kids, we never got along. Why? I don't know. Brothers and sisters are just like that, I guess.
You deserve to die. You know that?
I must think I deserve to die. I must have done something in real life that makes me keep having these dreams over and over again.
He doesn't remember.
Something I feel guilty about, but for the life of me, I don't know what it is.
I don't believe a word you're saying. Not a word.
Well, why don't we put on some Johnny Mathis? Some Al Jarreau.
Whoa.
No.
Proof, dude.
You believe me now, don't you, Mr. Ritchie?
Oh, this guy hates him as much as his wife. Or his sister.
You've got to help me. You've got to. Please, you're the only chance I've got left. Mr. Ritchie!
Call a bit
Mr.
earlier.
Ritchie!
How does it feel to defend somebody like Adam Grant?
Every defendant, no matter what crime he or she has been charged with, has the right to counsel.
Yeah.
I should think you would have learned that by now, having lived so long with your husband.
When did you get married? How long has it been?
How many years have you been married, Mrs. Ritchie?
Oh, you know.
Why do you want to know?
The normal amount.
Just curious.
The usual amount. You know.
How many years?
Look at me, damn it! Look at me!
Hey, dude.
I ain't no dream. I'm real. Look at my arms. I'm real, Grant. I'm real.
You look real. Oh, we got 20 minutes. Here comes
What
Richie.
happened? Where have you been?
He's sticking to his idea that this is all a dream. It's the damnedest thing I've ever heard of. Look at us. We're flesh and blood. We can touch,
Yeah,
feel,
yeah,
see.
see?
We're intelligent. We can think and talk. We have memories.
Not very good ones.
What?
How long have you been married, dude? Oh, a priest.
Is there anything you wish to say, my son, in the few moments remaining to you?
Hello, Dad. I was wondering when you'd show up.
Most people call me father.
What's your last name, Father?
Grant, like you.
You're my father.
Ooh.
In real life, you're dead.
You feel detached from reality.
Yep,
Nobody believes me.
I believe him. You gotta believe him, too.
that guy does.
Ask for God's forgiveness, Adam.
What about your forgiveness, Dad? Do you forgive me?
For what?
For whatever I did that makes you keep coming back to haunt me? You played the judge last time.
God is the only real judge, Adam.
Do you think he killed his father and that's why his sister hates him? It's gotta be something family related, right?
Don't take him. You don't understand. He's what's keeping us all alive.
Mark, I'm scared.
You can at least get a stay of execution.
Do something.
And maybe it is just a coincidence that neither of you can remember the date you got married, or how long you've been married, or if you even got married.
Oh, shady. Always too late.
Hello. I want to speak to the governor right away. It's a matter of life and death.
Adam Grant, do you have any last words? If so, speak them now. Very well.
I'm sorry, Governor. There's no time to explain. He's calling now.
He's not. He's gone. He vanished. Oh, where did she go? He was right. Here we go again. Hey, it's the guy who believes him. He's his attorney this time.
Adam, jurors.
Try killing all the jurors this time. Just go at them. Just try and kill them before they give the verdict.
Have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
Oh, he's dead.
We find the defendant, Adam Grant, guilty of murder in the first degree.
The defendant will rise. Adam Grant, you have been tried by a jury of your peers and found guilty.
They're not my peers. That sounds like something I'd say.
You be hanged by the neck until dead.
Here we go again.
No, I won't go through this again.
You don't have to do exactly the same.
Can't go through this again.
You don't have to do exactly
I don't
the
have to
same
listen to
thing.
you. You're a dream. All of this and all of you are a dream. Inside here.
Remove the defendant.
Without me, you cease to exist. Don't you understand?
This guy's
you
crazy.
cease to exist.
And then ask yourself, do you live here, in this country, in this world?
No.
Or do you live instead in the Twilight Zone?
Jeez, I hope not. Hey, I just had a quick look. The quickest of all looks back at my reaction to the Shadowplay, the original Shadowplay episode, just to see a few things. I repeated some jokes. I repeated some jokes. The jury of your peers, they're not my peers joke, and the I can describe him joke. When he's described as nondescript. It was hard to react to it a second time. But hey, look, I just oh jeez, I hate watching old reactions. I really do. They're too much. They're too much. I don't advise going back. Never go back. Always hurtle forward into the future. So yeah, that was it was basically the exact same story as the original Twilight Zone's Shadowplay, with some minor variations. I was waiting for stakes. I remembered stakes and they didn't have any stakes. In the original, she was preparing steaks, but then it became a roast. In the 80s version, it was always a roast and we never checked on it ever again. Actually, there's quite a few things in the original episode that they didn't put into this one. Just a few extra details. Which is strange because the episodes are... I think this episode is even longer than the original, so I'm not sure how that works. Maybe there's more transition time. Walking him to his cell, description of the hanging, maybe that pads it out a bit more, so there's less time for dialogue. I'd be interested to see exactly how much, if you were just doing a word count even of both episodes, what you'd get. The original is, I prefer the lighting. It's a weird thing to say. I prefer the lighting of the original. It's very dank and dark and depressing. The 3Ds in the 80s, but that's true of the show in general. Overall, the 50s version is crisper, it's sharper, it looks better. It's in black and white, but it looks better than the 80s episodes. Or maybe it's just the copies I have. But if ever a show needed a remaster, well, it's probably some other show, but do this one too. So yeah, this man is trapped in a loop of sorts, where each time the people change. And maybe, I think one of his hopes is that eventually he'll get the right 12 people on the jury who will give a different verdict. That's possible, right? Unless they're all reacting exactly the same way, saying exactly the same, it's just the faces that are changing. He shouldn't be repeating what he's doing. Did you see at the end? He repeated line for line what he said at the start of the episode. He's got to vary it. You can vary it in small ways and big ways, but don't just blindly do the same thing. You should take one of the loops off. You know, play some poker with the death row people for a few hours. The only plus point is that it appears like he disappears as he's been hanged, but he doesn't hang. You know, he doesn't have to go through that pain of death. He just sort of wakes up into the start of another way around. I think maybe the first time around I theorized that it might be some sort of punishment, some sort of futuristic punishment, that you get to relive your last day on death row over and over as punishment for a crime. He suspects it's got something to do with that his sister is especially angry about whatever it is he did. So it's interesting to have little clues to what his situation is without answering them. We had that in the original. We had a few more clues in the original. They kind of went more in depth in the original, talking about people from his childhood and everybody else, talking about how, hey, all this seems like something you'd see on TV, you know, and not real life. And it's because it's all that guy knows about how this stuff works. So they didn't do that in this episode. So yeah, I prefer the original for sure. But hey, look, it maybe because I saw it first. Everything was fine. The acting was fine in this one, but I guess I'd seen too much of it before. We got the harmonica. We didn't get the stakes, but we got the harmonica, and that's all I'm happy about. That's all I needed. And yeah, it's funny. It's with Dead Woman's Shoes. They did the same idea, but an entirely different story. With Shadow Play, they did the exact same story, just slightly different dialogue. And no further hints as to what his situation is or how to get out. But I'm curious if they do that with any other episodes. Let's see what's coming up next. The next episode is called Grace Note. Grace Note. I don't know. Those two words don't quite go together for me. Maybe they do for you. So we'll see what they mean next time. Grace Note. I've heard of a grace period, you know, but not a grace note. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.